Shaun Burgoyne, well, his time is up, not just at Hawthorn, but after over 400 games and the third most games anyone's ever played, he is finally bowing out. What a contribution he's made, both with Hawthorn and also Port Adelaide. And our own Mark Howard is ready and waiting at the MCG to chat with him as he bows out.
Yeah, g'day, Hutto. An absolute privilege to be at the MCG today, to just see the footy in the first place, but to see off some legends of both footy clubs. And this man, wow, Shaun Burgoyne, the 407th time you've gone up this race. It's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah, it's unbelievable. And it's the last time I'll be doing it as a player, and I'm nervous, I'm excited, I'm everything all wrapped in one at the moment. So, and we've got a beautiful day as well, which just makes it even more perfect.
Cracking day for footy, the 135th time you played here at the MCG. We'll head out there in a moment, but take us back to that first pre-season at Port Adelaide. It was 21 years ago.
Yeah, it was. I had my 18th birthday a week or two before pre-season started, and I was lucky enough to get drafted to Port Adelaide, and rolled into pre-season training, and I didn't really know at the time, but the hard work was only just going to start.
There was stories about you in the gym when you first arrived there, and the big boys were pumping the heavy stuff, and skinny Shaun walked in there.
It was, you walk into the gym and the boys are doing the 120 plus bench press and the 100 plus squat racks, and the weights coach gave me a broomstick to do my squats with, which was a blow to the ego, because I thought I was a bit better than a broomstick.
Let's head out onto the ground. We're going to fast forward because you played so many games. Game 272, it won't mean anything to you. It was the preliminary final versus Geelong, leading into the three-peat. The Hawks are 20 points down at three-quarter time. You'd already kicked two late in the game. The Hawks are 4 or 5 points down. The ball comes down that way from the wing. We'll get out here in the sun, Shawnee, because it's probably about, well, you tell me, where did you get the ball? Yeah,
I'm not sure, somewhere over there. I think, the ball came out from the kick out, and then we turned it over, worked our way back through. Jimmy Bartell was on me at the stage, and then I think he thought they had the ball, and I think he thought he was going to peel off for a switch, and I just creeped up behind. We turned it over. I think Louis got the ball to Gunners, and then Gunners off one knee gave the ball to me, and on a small angle I ran in and kicked the goal. But it was an unbelievable feeling to kick that goal, and it was something with the crowd roar. But one of my favourite memories from that game was, I kicked a couple that game, but I think my second goal I kicked was from the goal line, and I kicked it up into the level one, and I didn't realise till after the game, my wife Amy came up to me and said, that goal I kicked, she dropped it. So I kicked that ball up, and I just booted it at that stage, kicked the goal, and it was coming straight to her, and she dropped that one. So that's like a family favourite memory, that she could have marked it, but she blamed one of the other players' wives for spoiling it.
Well, that third goal, the commentary at the time was Burgoyne to put the Hawks in front. He won't miss. He's got three. And then that started off, obviously, into the 13, then the 14, the 15 grand final. So the boys are out here at the moment. Whereabouts do they hand over the medallions? Is it sort of over here, centre wing?
Oh, no, I think it's right at centre half forward there, right somewhere there.
Well, let's head over to where they do that. What's it like? You've done it 4 times here at the MCG. Once with Port Adelaide, 3 times with the Hawks. When, at Hawthorn, number 9, Shaun Burgoyne, and the crowd goes and up you go, and your family's there. What's that moment like?
Yeah, it's a great feeling. I remember when we won it at Port, I think that stand wasn't there. That was in there, so that was a bit empty, but that was an unbelievable feeling. I had Amy in the crowd, but then when we done the Hawthorn ones, I had my wife and kids here as well. So obviously you're with your teammates. We win the flag, like the siren goes, celebrate. Wife and kids are waiting. You bring them onto the oval and share that with them, and then pretty much, when you get up there and the crowd's all chanting your name, and that's an unbelievable feeling. And
what is it like? What is it like running out here, 100,000 grand final day, and then the boys hold up the cup?
It's hard to put into words, because when the crowd roar like they do, it's hard to hear. When they're at the peak of their roar, and I'm like yelling out to you to do something, or you can't actually hear for that split second or two. That's how loud the noise is, and you get goosebumps every time when something happens. And I know that three-peat, whenever we were kicking goals, our crowd was roaring so loud, and it just makes you play better, adds more to the game. The feeling you get is just, it's hard to describe, but one that as a player you love.
Let's head back down this way. So longevity, Shawnee, 21 seasons. There's not many that have played 400 games. You're at 407. How have you kept backing up? There's all the stories about that the knee was cooked and you were done after 150. Today, as well as a big day, it's your 250th game for Hawthorn alone, plus the games. It's like there's milestones galore, Shawnee.
Yeah.
How do you keep plugging away?
Yeah, it's an interesting one. A lot of people say I've been, I've had a smooth ride. My footy journey's been anything but smooth. My first year was ruled out with osteitis. I've had knee surgeries, ankle surgeries, thumb surgeries, jaw surgeries. But I've just been able to just find a way. I think when you have good medical people at the club and fitness staff, you put a lot of faith and trust in them, and they put a plan forward, and you just follow what they do. And along the way, I've developed some stupid little habits that I think, my routine. I don't like to break my routine. I know when we do things and we train off-site, it doesn't fit in with what's going on mentally with me. So I go talk to the fitness coach, and he creates a little program for me to train at the club by myself or something along those lines, where I just have a thing that goes on in my head that says I need to do A, B and C to get myself up to play every week.
So it has to be rigid and structured and same.
It has to be the same. If it's not the same when I don't like it, I won't do it. But I've had some very, very good fitness people, Andrew Russell and Luke Boyd, who understand that and are able to change things just for me and to allow me to focus on my routine to get me up to play. And it's one of those quirky ones, and all the players get stuck into me all the time. All the time. I know Hodgie texted me this week and said I'm sick of texting you for different milestones. And but yeah, it's a funny one. But yeah, there's been a lot of highs and lows, even though I've been able to play so many games, which is something I will look back on after today's game and with a smile.
I know you would love your family to be here, your wife and your beautiful kids. They can't be. A lot of kids will be watching that look at Shaun Burgoyne and say, wow, 407 games, 4 premierships. How's he done it? For all the little ones out there watching that want to try and get something in whatever they love.
Well, my journey, obviously, it just started with a dream. I wanted to play footy. I wanted to hang out with the big kids. I wanted to play for my local team. And then I just wanted to play for, which was Mallee Park. And then I wanted to play for Port Magpies, into the Power, and then into Hawthorn. So I never said I wanted to play 400 games. It was always I just want to play and be with my mates. And it started off like that. And then it just evolves. Your dreams grow. And I've always said, as I've gotten older, you need role models and people to aspire to be like. And I saw Brent Harvey and Dustin Fletcher play to, their age of 39, 40. And I was like, well, as I started reaching that age bracket, I started to think, well, if they can do it, I can do it. And maybe there's some kids in Australia that will see the same thing in me. And if I can inspire those kids and even the players of today, if we've got players who are, 29, 30, thinking they could be at the end, well, then if they think, well, Shaun can play to that age, why can't I? And hopefully that, sparks some dreams in little kids and players who are still going around today.
I love it. Just as we let you go, you've got to get down the rooms.
Yep.
If there's one thing, briefly, that you'll miss the most from this?
Well, you probably touched on it, the crowd. When you run out into the Oval and the crowd roars, I'm going to miss that. It's something that you love. You've got all eyes on you when you run out into the Oval, and I'll miss that, along with the interchange rooms banter and chatting with the boys.
Well, we'll let you into the change rooms for one last time, mate. On behalf of the entire football community, Hawthorn supporters, footy fans, everyone, mate, best of luck. May you go out on a high. Good on you, Shawnee. Congratulations on everything you've achieved.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
What a career, Shaun Burgoyne, and fantastic chat there with Mark Howard, just to get the insights into what's gone through the mind of Shaun Burgoyne.
38. In 7 weeks' time, he turns 39.
How long had you been retired by then, Dave?
Finished playing properly about 11 years, but retired 8.